Okay, so what is the exact position that you hold?
Well, I hold the, whatever the top-ranking chef thing is. Terminology's skipping me.
About how many subordinates do you have?
There's about 14 in the kitchen.
Okay. What is your main duty?
My main duty is overseeing the quality food served to the guests in a timely fashion.
Okay. How do you manage 14 employees?
As any other manager would, you set up a schedule 2 weeks in advance. You expect them to show up. Yeah.
Okay. How long have you been with this organization?
I've been with the organization since 2009.
Okay. And so let's move on to how did your day start? On the particular day where the altercation happened.
Yeah, your earlier answer dictated my answer, so
we'll just go with your answer.
Well, mine was going to be like 6 a.m. or something like that.
Oh yeah, okay, never mind.
So, yeah, my day started at 3:30 a.m.
Okay. Is this a normal start time for you?
Yes.
And how would you say that your day was going?
Oh, it's going as any day in the kitchen goes.
Can you go through kind of what happened in that particular day, starting at 3 a.m.? Like, what did you go through leading up to the altercation?
Yeah, not a problem. So I went through, and 3:30 in the morning, I basically unlocked the restaurant, take inventory, make a list of ingredients that we might need through the day, kind of look at what the planning of the menu is, make sure we have enough staff on hand, how many things we're going through. Realistically, just, prep work. And then around about 11 o'clock or so, we started having our lunch rush. Had a few people in for breakfast that day, just because it's a special event. But really, it was just another normal day.
So how are you feeling about this special event that was going on?
Well, literally, we just had a few extra people there. I'd say another 50 people for a conference coming in.
Okay. So did this require you to be on more or work at longer hours?
Yeah.
Dealing with this event?
Usually we don't stay quite so late in the evening, but we were staying there until about 6 o'clock.
Okay. And then typically, how many hours a day does this chef employee work? Like on a normal non-event schedule?
Myself?
Yeah.
I usually work until about 4 o'clock.
Okay. And then typically how many hours pass between an employee's... Oh, wait, sorry. Revert. How many hours of sleep do you normally get on an average day? Looking at your schedule.
8 to 9.
Does it change any when you have to work special events?
It depends on my stress level.
Okay. So could you give me like an hour amount?
I would say normally 8 hours.
Still on a special event weekends?
Yeah. I'm still in bed at that time, just doesn't mean my brain shuts down.
Okay. And then for your employees, do your employees normally work longer hours than you?
No.
So then how many hours typically do you think that an employee gets of sleep if they're working the same hours?
It really depends on them. They only work about 10 hours a day. That's about our average.
10 hours a day, including special events?
Well, special events run a little bit longer, yeah.
Okay. Did you notice anything, going back to like how the day was, did you notice anything different about your employees, your subordinates?
Besides waking up early for the events, no, not really.
So you didn't notice any outcries, anybody being upset or irritated?
Well, I was going to say, when you work longer hours instead of a 10-hour shift, you work a 12-hour shift, of course you're going to hear a little bit of grumbling here and there.
You didn't have anyone come up to you and express their feelings about the schedule?
Nope.
Okay. So how come you decided to single out Alice, or point out Alice and talk to her?
Yep, I just had a quick question for her.
So what was your question?
Basically, I just needed her to go back in the fridge and see what supplies were running out of. Just needed her to do an inventory.
So this wasn't like an emergency question?
No, I mean, I had a stack of papers in my hand. It's just a list of items that we were using for the meals, and just needed her to go through it, check it.
So this could have waited for a different time, this question?
Well, not really, because it's going into the next dinner menu there, so.
But it wasn't an urgent question?
Well, if the kitchen runs out of food, it becomes urgent.
But was the kitchen run out of food at that time?
That's what I was trying to get Alice to do, is to do the inventory.
Okay. Did you notice Alice was busy?
Yeah, it's a kitchen. We're all busy.
Okay. So when you were actually talking with Alice, how did this talk start out?
I walked over to her and said, "Hey, I just need to talk to you for 2 seconds."
And what was her response?
She was really standoffish.
And then how did you continue to have a conversation with her?
Yeah, I mean, I just asked her what was the matter.
Did you notice Alice being irritated or stressed out, or any of those in her manner?
Yes. Again, that's why I kind of laid back against the table that I was there and just really trying to figure out what's going on with her.
Did you talk with any other employees around this time?
I talk to my employees all the time.
Okay, so this wasn't unusual.
No, I'm running through keeping track of 14 people.
When did you notice this conversation getting more aggressive?
So she tried to slap me.
Standoffish. What were the exact events leading up to this so-called hand slap?
Well, I called her over. She was standoffish. She basically said, "Come on over here. Tell me what's the matter." And I was like, "Hey, why don't you want to come over here?" And she's like, not particularly interested in that for whatever reason. And yeah, I mean, she probably had something pressing over there, but literally interruptions happen in a kitchen. So.
Did you feel like she was threatened by you?
I don't know why. I mean, I was sitting down just chilling.
Did you put your hands in her face or anywhere near her face when you were talking with her?
When she tried to slap me, yes, I raised my hand to deflect her blow to my face, and then I told her to calm down.
Did you notice before this Alice trying to kind of walk away and avoid this situation happening?
I believe she didn't even want to talk to me that day. If that's what you're meaning.
No, I'm talking about after the initial talk. Did she try to turn away and kind of move on with her business before the hand slap?
I think she was definitely an aggressor in the situation.
Okay. Did you know that Alice had any concerns about hours?
No. I mean, she was assigned a regular work shift like everybody else.
So she never talked to you about having issues with hours?
No.
Okay. And then you aware that Alice has bipolar disorder?
Yes.
And what are some of the trainings or steps that you have to abide by with someone with this disorder?
Well, our HR puts on a training once a year, and that covers just a general smattering of things.
And do you have to attend these trainings?
Yes, it's mandatory for executives and management.
Okay. Trying to think. Do you want to caucus, Emily?
Yeah.
Okay.
So far. I mean, the arbitrator watches the video. Like, do they think that doesn't happen? That's evidence.
Yeah, they turned out and think the slap never happened.
I know.
But it did.
Yeah.
It's just like, oh, and I got hurt. They're like,
It's like way more intense than I ever thought it was going to be.
I know.
Sorry, I get into character.
Yeah, I can tell.
He's like, hey, Mr. Chef. I'm like, oh.
Okay.
I think these two questions. She asked this. That doesn't matter. I think if they don't ask these two.
Yeah.
Then this is kind of where we're at with their questioning. I think they're going to go this way.
We only just have a few more questions.
Okay.
In this situation with Alice, did you feel threatened? Did you feel like you were in harm's way?
For this particular incident, because of where we were in the kitchen over by the sinks, no. But if we were by hot food or knives, she may have grabbed that, and yes, I felt like she threatened the other employees, or could have.
Threatened other employees or you?
With the intensity that this came up out of the thin air, I mean, I'm afraid that if it was another employee and she was staying somewhere else, it could have happened and had serious consequences.
Okay. I think we are good with yours.
Alright.
So I can do HR.
Okay.
Okay.
Fire away.
Or do you want to do yours
Can I have a
first?
second?
Yeah.
Okay. It's just like a lot to take notes.
I figured we'd have